Hello, benevolent beings. Let's talk about love. Love is a word that we use every day. We throw this around all the time. We talk about loving people in our life, loving food, maybe loving our work or a hobby, loving a pet, loving a tree. We use love for all kinds of things, music. What is it that we're talking about? And how can this one word encompass all of these things? And what if we challenged today what our definition of love is and how we think about it? How can a word like love, or the feeling of love, something that is universal, that all people experience for something, how could it be possible that the collective has it wrong? There's a pattern that we have, and we often treat love as if it's a reward for good behavior. If you treat me right and speak to me nicely and fulfill expectations I have for you, then I will reward you with love. I feel love. I get a positive charge from our interaction. And if you don't speak to me right, you disappoint me, or fall off this pedestal that I've created for you, then I'm going to withhold my love. Or even if I don't withhold or change how I interact with you, my feelings of love are smaller. How can that be? What happens when, if we're a parent and we have a child and they grow up and they commit some crime and they end up imprisonated, and maybe they did a really bad thing. Maybe we were even the victim. Can we still love them? A lot of people would say, they're my child, I'm going to love them no matter what they do. Is the feeling the same? And so are we describing the charge that we get? Is love an obligation or a responsibility that we have, that with certain relationships, it's, till death do us part. I promise to love you. But what is that we're talking about? What if love is not a reward for good behavior? What if love isn't necessarily that thing that we feel for, our favorite band and our partner and our ice cream? What if love is the universal life force, the divinity that is in all people? I'm going to slow it down here for a second, because I feel like this is something that, if it's just words, we can just talk about this on surface level. But I want to really connect with the energy of what I'm speaking about. Let's go to the belief that we're all one, right? So this idea that as a collective, we're all reflections of each other. So you are an aspect of me. When I see you or experiencing you, you're projecting back to me both the things that I love about myself or the things that challenge me about myself. What if each person is me, or what if I am you, reincarnated in another life, happening at the same time? Okay, if we are all one, if we're all drops of the same ocean, what is that thing about us that connects us all? That wave of energy that is all things. What if that is love? Stay with me. So what if in our exchange, where we're having an interaction, and I say or do something that you like? So for example, if you are connecting with what I'm saying or not connecting with what I'm saying, if you're connecting, what if what I'm doing is I'm mirroring to you aspects of yourself that make you feel connected to divinity? So what if I'm interacting with, we'll say, with my dog, and my dog does things, it snuggles up to me, it looks at me with loving eyes. What if what I'm experiencing that feels like love is that soul connection? What if it's my soul, that light that is underneath ego, fear, pain, all of that other junk? What if what is happening is what the thing that I'm experiencing that I call love is actually a connection to my own divinity, or our own divinity, What if in that relationship we're experiencing divinity and we call it love? And so with the people and things that tap us into that more, the love feels bigger, right? So if you have a partner that makes you feel really good, that you feel really safe with, that you can be really open-hearted with, that you experience deep intimacy with, that you you're on the same wavelength with a lot of things. When you're in sync, when you're in the flow together and that feeling is bigger, what if it's your connection with the divinity that is bigger? And what if when we're having interactions with people, we'll use as an example, that we don't like what is projected back to us? So what if we see or experience people that have very different beliefs than us that really challenge our perception of the world? So it could be different political affiliation. It could be they make choices that we can't relate to. It could be that they act in a way that we find offensive. And so what if in our interaction with them, we see and experience much more ego, much more of the fear-based energy, much more of the collective pain. And so it shuts down our connection with divinity. So that feeling of love is very small or not existent. Our fear, our pain, our need to be right, our wounds, our ego, our beliefs that we identify with. What if these are the things that block our ability to be in love? I'm going to share a practice with you, and maybe you've done some form of this in the past. I can remember the first time I experienced this. It was in a Reiki session with a Reiki master that I used to go to a lot before I was even a Reiki practitioner. And then I've used this practice so many times since then, and it's really helped me move through some experiences in my life. For example, when you're in conflict with somebody and it takes up a lot of space in your life, maybe you find you're thinking obsessively about the situation, they don't bring out the best in you because we're being triggered by them. When we're in these challenging relationships with others, we can't control them, we can't change them, we can only take care of right here. And I truly believe too that by taking care of our own energy in the situation, that we actually, it does change the situation. So when we reduce our own suffering and open up more to divinity and clear away more of our own ego stuff, our own pain, we suffer less because we're open to that energy that I think is what we actually know as love. It's not something that can be offered as a reward for good behavior. And what if even in those most challenging relationships, in those most challenging situations, what if the goal is to open up to and experience love? And how would that feel compared to staying caught up in the story of they're wrong, or they're a bad person, or they're not as smart as I am, or. Okay, so I'm going to share this practice with you now. And when I have used this at different times in my life, it actually changes the relationship. So while it's something that I've done for myself to reduce my own suffering, what I experienced was actually a shift in them as well, because I'm changing my energy field. So that's what you can do too. And the more you do this, the better we'll all be. So thank you for participating in this. It's a great gift to the collective. Okay, so I want you to get grounded, get into a comfortable posture for meditation. I'm going to take you through a guided visualization. Before we begin, I want you to think of 3 different people. The first person, I want it to be somebody that you love, and you might love a lot of people. I'm going to ask you to pick one. You can do this over and over and over, and you can always use a different person. So for now, choose one person that's easy to love and trust that it's the right person to get this energy today. Then I want you to pick a neutral person, somebody who you don't necessarily feel a lot of love for, but you also aren't in any conflict with. So it could be a neighbor that you don't really know. It could be the person who served you coffee this morning. It doesn't really matter. I want you to take a moment to think of who that neutral person will be. And then I want you to choose the third person is somebody that you're experiencing conflict with. So it might be somebody who has very different beliefs than you that trigger you. It could be somebody that's treating you badly. It could even go so far as being somebody who is abusive to you. We're going to do this in a safe way. Okay, so now that you've got your three people and you're in a comfortable position for meditation, I want you to close your eyes partially or completely if you're comfortable with that. And the first step is to feel the surface that you're connected to. So if you're sitting or lying down, I want you to feel the physical world through your body, where your body makes contact with the surfaces that support you. I want you to just feel that connection to the physical world. And now I want you to bring your awareness to your breath. And feel your breath animating your body without changing it. And now bring your breath all the way to the bottom of your belly. So I want you to move your pelvic floor with your diaphragm. And on your exhalations, release any tension in your shoulders, your face, your belly. Keep breathing that way, bringing your breath all the way down to the bottom of your belly. Hold it for a second before you let go of any tension. You can even give a little wiggle, relaxing your body. Keep breathing fully. I'm going to go into the visualization now. I invite you to use your extra senses. So if you're a visual person, I want you to visualize and see in your mind's eye what I describe. If you're more of a knower, then you'll just know that it's happening. You're going to sense it in your own way. So the first thing that I want you to bring into your perception above your head is a sphere of pink light. I want you to visualize this sphere hovering over your head, making it as vibrant as possible with an infinite supply of pink light. And the sphere opens up and pours pink light into the crown of your head. And as it flows down, it's swirling around, filling your head, filling all of the cells and all of the spaces between your cells, continuing to flow in. So now it flows down your neck and into your shoulders. It flows down your left arm, through your elbow, wrist, and into your hand and all of your fingers and your thumb. And the pink light continues to flow in the top of your head, and so now it's pouring down your right arm, through your elbow, wrist, hand, fingers, and thumb. This infinite supply continues to flow in, swirling around your chest, filling your upper back, your lungs, your heart, continuing to flow down into your abdomen, into your pelvic area, flowing through your hips, down both of your thighs, through your knees, calves, ankles, feet, and all of your toes. This infinite supply of pink light continues to pour in, making you brighter and more vibrant. And the pink light expands out in all directions, filling your aura, getting more and more vibrant. And it continues to expand out, filling this room. This infinite supply, expanding and becoming brighter. Going further and further in all directions, above, below, to your left and right, in front and behind. And now, in your mind's eye, I want you to bring in front of you a person that you love. Someone who it's easy for you to experience divinity. I want you to see your pink light flowing in through the top of their head, filling their head, their face, their ears, their hair, flowing down through their neck, swirling around, and into their shoulders, down their arms, into their hands, their fingers and thumbs, swirling around their chest, filling their abdomen, through their hips, legs, feet, and all of their toes. This infinite supply of pink light is getting brighter and brighter within them, and it expands and fills their aura, getting brighter and brighter. And now you see them moving away from you in your mind's eye, and bringing in that neutral person, seeing them in front of you or knowing that they're there, and pouring in the pink light through the top of their head, filling their face, flowing down their neck into their shoulders, down their arms, into their hands, fingers, and thumbs, swirling around their chest, filling their abdomen, through their hips, legs, feet, and all of their toes. Seeing this infinite supply of light getting brighter and brighter, expanding around them, filling their aura. And seeing them move away from you in your mind's eye. And now I'm going to invite you to call into your vision, in front of you in your mind's eye, a person who challenges you. Someone with whom it's difficult for you to experience divinity because of trauma, ego, fear-based energy, whatever it is. You can move them further away from you, and you can even turn them away from you in your vision. Know that you are protected by this pink light. And we're going to take our time and see that pink light flowing in through the top of their head. Taking your time. Sometimes this is very challenging the first few times that you do it with this person. It depends on what kinds of experiences you've had with them. And so just do your best. And so seeing this pink light flow down through their head, swirl it around, or you can paint it on or pour it on. It flows down through their neck, through their shoulders, arms, hands, fingers, and thumb, both thumbs, swirling around their chest, flowing into their abdomen, down through their hips, legs, feet and all of their toes, just doing your best, being very gentle with yourself and reminding yourself that the pink light protects you and you are safe. And seeing this pink light continue to pour in, getting brighter and expanding around them, filling their aura. Brighter and brighter, and taking a moment to feel very proud of yourself for this very difficult work, and seeing them move away from you in your mind's eye, and bringing your awareness back to your own pink light. Seeing it getting brighter and more expansive. Let's expand it now so that it spreads out in all directions, filling your town or city. Like a wave of pink light expanding out around you in all directions. And it goes beyond the borders of where you live, filling your country. And beyond those borders, flowing all the way around the world, so all of our waves of pink light are overlapping with each other, weaving together. Bring your awareness now back to your breath, back to your physical body. Feel again the surface that you're sitting upon or connected with. Another deep breath into the bottom of your belly. And if you haven't already, you can open your eyes. I want you to notice how you feel. How different is it when we challenge ourselves to spread pink light to people that challenge us, rather than continuing the story, staying engaged in the back and forth, which separates us from our own divinity? What feels better? What moves us more quickly in our growth and evolution as souls on a soul's journey? And so I want to come back to one of the original questions that I had. What is love? Is love a thing that we reward for good behavior, or is love something that we experience with people, things, and other beings that make us feel more connected to our own divinity?